What is clogging my arteries, or what can clog my arteries in the future? Well, before we talk about exactly what's going on here with clogged arteries? Well, arteries, they supply blood to our organs, right? To our tissues for them to function properly and deliver blood, oxygen, and nutrients, of course. So if we have these clogged, well, then we're not getting enough blood flow to these organs, and they can't function properly, or the tissues can even die. We know that if you don't get enough blood flow, you completely block it to the heart. That is a myocardial infarction. That's a heart attack. If you block the blood flow to the brain, that's a stroke, and so on. And so, what is the most common cause of clogged arteries? Atherosclerosis. And that is really just a fancy way of saying the buildup of fats in the walls of your arteries, right? Or cholesterol or other types of substances like calcium can contribute as well, right? And so you have these plaques in the arteries, and if this is the artery and this is the plaque, obviously the blood has less space to travel. Eventually that plaque gets so big and it can just, clog it, or it could break off and it could travel in the body and then clog somewhere else. This is no bueno, right? And the arteries even get a little thicker and harder and less elastic, so that reduces their blood flow as well. Their function to support blood flow, I should say, as well. So what are some risk factors for atherosclerosis? What's the truth and what's not, as of the evidence here in 2024? Higher levels of triglycerides in the blood increase your risk for atherosclerosis. Higher blood pressure, higher levels of total cholesterol. I say total because HDL cholesterol is good, right? LDL is bad, okay? Obesity, diabetes, people that do not move, right? So a lack of exercise and smoking will, of course, damage your artery walls and increase your risk for atherosclerosis and death, right? So what is it exactly aside from exercise? Obviously, exercise is good for lowering your risk of having clogged arteries, right? Especially aerobic exercise. That's going to keep those arteries nice and patent, and it's shooting the blood through them, right? Which is just super healthy for the artery itself and for the amount of blood that's able to travel through them. But aside from exercise, which seems really obvious to all of us, what in terms of nutrition is the truth? Okay, according to the research to date, well, processed meats can definitely be a contributing factor here to having clogged arteries. Right now, not all meat's created equal. If you get good meat from nature that's not processed, that is not bad for your arteries. If you're eating wild-caught fish, if you're eating grass-finished beef, right, especially lean, if you're eating no antibiotic, no hormone-added chicken or turkey or pork, these don't clog your arteries. That's bullshit, all right? It's processed meat that could. Things like bacon and salami and these sausages, all this crap that they process, all right? So the answer is simple. Don't have any food that's processed in general, right? Processed foods in general can contribute to clogged arteries. That includes refined flours, refined oils, refined sugars, and added sugar. Added sugar. Too much sugar. Wait a minute, Shane. Wait a minute. You just told me that fat in my arteries is atherosclerosis, and I can't get blood flow to my stuff for it to function right. So if I have fat in there, you're telling me that you didn't even mention fat as a risk factor here for clogging my arteries. If you're eating healthy fats, look at the example of monounsaturated fats you find in highest amounts in plant sources. Extra virgin olive oil would be a good example of something that contains high amounts of them. They actually lower your LDL cholesterol. They actually lower your bad cholesterol. That's right. Eating fat will lower, if it's good fat, will lower your bad cholesterol and reduce your risk of having clogged arteries, the buildup of plaque, right? And so fat is not your enemy. There is no correlation between saturated fat intake and heart disease. Over 20 meta-analyses have shown that. If anybody tells you that saturated fat causes heart disease, well, they haven't done enough research, they're not up to date, or they don't know what they're talking about. That's a complete bullshit. All right? You find saturated fat in that grass-finished beef, right? But that's not clogging your arteries. Right? They'll say red meat in general. That's not true. It's not red meat. There's a big difference. Good red meat, that's not what you're worried about. Should you have it every day? Maybe not, right? You shouldn't have just about anything every day. But, it's not the enemy here. The processed meat is. the added sugar. So there's no sugar in my artery walls. Well, sugar can also stick to your artery walls, by the way. We call that like glycation. And if it sticks to the artery walls, that could also damage the health of the arteries, and it can stick to your nerves. And sugar's obviously horrible for a lot of reasons. Diabetes, like the worst disease ever, right, in terms of what it can cause. And so if you're eating this sugar, what's happening that's making this fat get onto those artery walls? How is there a correlation there? Well, it's an endogenous or inside the body, from within, we can say, production issue of fat. You're eating that sugar, and what's happening, especially added sugars, I want you to think berries are bad for you. They're great for you. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, these natural fruits that have sugar. What do they also have? Fiber. That slows the absorption of the sugar. They won't spike your insulin to the same degree as just drinking like orange juice, which people think is good for them, which is just fucking sugar, right? So if you're having the juice, say, from a fruit, there's a big difference in having the fruit itself as a basis, all right? And that's not even mentioning like soda and all that other kind of crap that just is added sugar, which is the worst. When you're having these high amounts of sugars, what's happening is you're telling your liver to produce cholesterol and fat. So what's the difference between cholesterol and fat? You guys might be curious there. Well, they're both lipids, right? So lipids, really fats. Cholesterol is a type of lipid, but cholesterol, your body can't just use or burn for energy like it does with fat, right? That's one reason it can build up in your body. Cholesterol is also a precursor to many hormones, including things like testosterone, right? So it is important to have healthy cholesterol levels. An egg yolk, a yolk of a pasture-raised egg, is extremely healthy for you. Robust vitamin and mineral profile, has choline, and has all these other vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins, not a lot. B vitamins is great for you. It has cholesterol, right? That's not unhealthy for you. So again, it's not eating exactly those things from whole food from nature when we talk in the regard of fat and cholesterol that are clogging the arteries and causing the buildup of that fat and cholesterol in the artery wall. It's eating things that are causing your body to make more cholesterol, shitty cholesterol, and causing your body to make more fat, and that is all getting stored in your artery wall. So that is the story, you guys. So now you know what truly is likely clogging your arteries, and I hope that advice was helpful. Something I'm real passionate about. Nello, what's up? Love the blueberries. My eye's messed up, I know. Yeah. I'm gonna, blepharitis. We'll talk about maybe the difference between like chalazion, styes, and blepharitis, and optical cellulitis, and all those things tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, just because. But warm compress. Long story short, if it's bad for a week and you didn't take any antibiotics or anything, then which I haven't, then prefer not to kill my gut bacteria if I don't have to. Then go to the doctor, right? This isn't medical advice. This video is just information, not intended to treat, diagnose, prevent, cure any disease. Go see your doctor if you have atherosclerosis or high blood pressure or any of that shit. Stephen Apple Blue, not by coincidence. Master Ben, Slim Shreds, what up, young stud? Moonbow G, what's up, man? Love you, dog. JB, Sabia. And Ashley, what's up, pretty beautiful girl? How you doing? Alex, what's up? Nello, first one in the gun, man. Appreciate you. As for now. So we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you very much. And happy When Wellness. Also, happy birthday. Almost forgot. To Anthony Czahor. Happy birthday, Bonesaw. I hope you had an awesome day today, man. And this one's for you. I was just yelling. My voice might not be as good, and that's my disclaimer for that. But this one's for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anthony Czahor. Happy birthday to you. So many more, man. This one's for you. Your day in the book of When Wellness. We'll see you guys later. Can't say I didn't sing to you today yet. Have a good one.